And we'll bring you all the action live. Let's cross to East London now, where our colleague Peter Ndoro is speaking to the who's who of the ANC and COSATU. Peter.
Thank you very much indeed, Francis and Shante. Yeah, we're in East London today. Buffalo Stadium, that's where all roads have led to today. And this, the venue for the January 8th statement. Cyril Ramaphosa is going to be delivering his first January 8th statement. And we have to be reminded, actually, whilst the president of the party delivers it, it's actually the statement of the NEC. And this grouping, they meet, they talk, and they discuss, and they draft this message, a program of action for the year ahead. And earlier on, if you had tuned in, you would have heard me speaking to the SACP as First Deputy Secretary General, Solima Paila. And of course, the South African Communist Party and the Congress of South African Trade Unions, COSATU, form an integral part of what is known as the Tripartite Alliance. And to speak to us a little bit about both the alliance and also Labour with regards to the January 8th statement, I'm now joined by COSATU President Mr. Stumut Lamini. Thank you very much indeed for joining us and welcome. I know you wear many hats when you sit inside the ANC, on the NEC and COSATU. So let me start by saying happy birthday. How are you feeling?
Firstly, I think it is worthwhile to say happy birthday to the African National Congress. And that is COSATU. We are happy to be here. We are looking forward to a great event of the African National Congress, where the ANC president, the newly elected President Cyril Ramaphosa, is going to give us a message. And as workers, we are looking at that message with a very keen interest. Due to the situation we face in our country, high levels of unemployment, high levels of inequality, poverty is so high. A lot of companies are retrenching. The mining sector is suffering. It is at a time where we hope, as workers in this country, the African National Congress, coming from its 54th conference, has taken far-reaching decisions. All what we can ask for from Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa and his collective: deliver on those resolutions of the ANC, on the question of land, deliver on the question of the pharmaceutical company, the state bank, the state mining company, the mandate of the Reserve Bank, and all those issues. We are saying land expropriation without compensation has got to be the order of the day for a total victory of the ANC 2019.
All right, so when I hear the things that you're saying, and I keep on asking the guests that I've had before, is that this is not new. Why do you think the last administration was unable to deliver those things that you're talking about? And what gives you optimism that this one might be able to?
The 54th National Conference of the ANC has never been this clearer on a range of economic policies that they have taken. It is the first time they've moved very closer to what we can call a radical socio-economic transformation. It's only the leadership that understands that mandate to implement it to its fullest. And we're looking up to this year for them to do exactly that. Disunity must be something of the past. The workings of the alliance must improve for a betterment of the lives of South Africans.
So one question that I have for you as COSATU, as a member of the Tripartite Alliance, when this NEC doesn't deliver on that mandate, who brings them to order? Do you as Labour have a voice that's loud enough to say, you guys are not doing what we sent you to do?
Remember, COSATU has been very vocal about the change that needed to happen in the ANC. We are not saying that has been achieved, because it is going to be work and hard work that will deliver the results. What we are saying to the African National Congress here today is COSATU: implement, implement those resolutions of the 54th National Conference of the African National Congress.
If we're sitting here a year from now and you're not seeing progress, how do you manage it? Because I think one of the questions people might have is, who is the NEC accountable to actually in between elective conferences?
Look, Baba, we have learned lessons. It has been issues of public spats. It has been issues of the approach on a range of pertinent issues. Sometimes we've faltered on the approach. So there's a lot of learning that we have had to do in the previous recent past. And we'll use that going forward to ensure that we do not repeat the mistakes that we have committed. Also as COSATU, as the ANC, as SACP, I believe, as SANCO, avoiding a repeat of the mistakes of the past is going to be the key. For instance, you cannot attach a ticket to one individual and hope that that individual will solve the problem. Baba Cyril Ramaphosa does not hold the ace card for all the problems of South Africa. It is going to be the collective, not just of the ANC only, the alliance as a whole, which should be reconfigured to ensure that we solve the South African question.
Do you think that going forward the tripartite alliance might become stronger? Because we've seen it tested severely to a point that even the South African Communist Party ran as an independent in Metsimaholo, to a point that COSATU has asked the head of the ANC to resign.
Yeah, you see, Baba, the important thing, we have no luxury of divisions. We are living on borrowed time by the members of the ANC and the workers at large. We have no choice, no option, but unity, and unity is going to be the remedy to keep us glued together. And this leadership that has emerged there has that task to ensure that we cement that unity at all material times to achieve the objectives of the 54th National Conference of the ANC.
I'm sure that many of the workers that you represent are hopeful and looking to you also as an NEC member, but as their leader in COSATU, certainly to make sure that some of these wishes are delivered. Thank you very much indeed for sharing your thoughts with us, and once again, happy birthday.
I thank you very much. It's a great day. Happy birthday for the ANC. We congratulate them.
Thank you very much indeed. That was the president of COSATU speaking, being very frank and honest about the challenges of the past, and also, in fact, let's get to the stadium now, to the podium, and get a sense of what's been saying. We're a couple of hours away from the speech itself, but one gets a sense that something is starting. Let's listen a little bit.
Selector, I'll touch this boy. Tati Skupu! Tati Skupu! Aibo, askwele ni pasi man. Ay, askwele ni pasi man. Askwele ni pasi. Askwele ni pasi. 1, 2, 3. Cheers! Cheers! Cheers!
Alright, we're bringing you live visuals from ABC Stadium in East London, where it's packed. Thousands and thousands of people have been pouring in this morning, and the stadium can only hold a limited capacity, so there are many overflow areas. At once it seemed a bit touch and go given the streams of people coming in, but a lot seated, and Cyril Ramaphosa, the new ANC president, was already out and about early this morning greeting those members of the ANC who have come out seemingly in an overwhelming show of support. Let's cross live now to Iviwe Porti, one of our reporters there. And Iviwe, perhaps you can explain to us how this is all going to work. We know the stadium, I think, could fit about 16,000, but many more coming in today.
Definitely a whole lot of people that have come today. Even from last night already, people had slept over in the stadiums, some in the buses, and some actually just in random places in town. I'm actually going to move out of the shot so that you guys can see in terms of what we're talking about. A lot of numbers of people that have come out here. And I mean, if you look at the past gatherings of the ANC, this is definitely a success when they talk about having rallies prior to the main address, and as well as, you know, reconnecting with community members. If you even look from 1994, the total trend of votes from 1994 up until 2006 was on a good increase for the ANC, and from 2009 to about 2016 we've seen a steady decline every time we've gone to elections. So I think also very important that will come out of this main address of the January 8th is how they will then, you know, rebuild trust and rebuild relations with community members and your layman. But on the other side of where we are is where the feeds are, the live feeds are the two screens, so that people are able to see what's happening at the main stadium, and that they're also connected and not feeling disconnected in terms of the main address. But we've spoken to quite a few people who are saying, you know, most importantly, they want to hear President Cyril Ramaphosa of the ANC talking about service delivery, talking about housing, and talking about job creation and the economy. And that is from your layman who is waiting to hear the president of the ANC address them for the first time.
I don't know if you covered this already. We're hearing your voice and a whole lot of voices behind you. Is the enthusiasm that we're seeing today, the sheer numbers showing support, is that seen as support for the new ANC president? Are they talking about Cyril Ramaphosa, the man?
You know, when we look into, in comparison, when the ANC last year had the manifesto launch in the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, numbers weren't really good. They kind of battled to actually fill the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. So if it is to say anything in terms of going out into the community, I mean, we know that the big wigs and the new NEC has been in the Eastern Cape from Monday, rallying, going out to community members, paying homage to previous leaders within the ANC, and as well as going to taxi ranks, making sure that they build those relations with community members. So I think if it's to say anything about the new NEC or the new leadership of the ANC and trying to reach out to community members, definitely this is a turnout, a massive turnout. And if it says anything about people wanting to hear what Cyril Ramaphosa is bringing to the table for the new ANC leadership and as well as community members, it's definitely looking like a positive outcome, and people saying that they have confidence in him, but they're waiting to hear what he has to say and what the tone of the ANC will be for the year coming ahead.
Thank you very much, Iviwe Porti, live for us from East London. Let's stay in the studio a little bit and see what people are saying across social media. We cross to Shante at the wall.
Indeed, Francis. Well, we are joined in studio by our digital news producer, Tepiso Moche, who is here to tell us about all the digital content and platforms that we do have. If you have missed any of those speeches, if you want to know what was spoken about in detail with regards to the NEC meet, as well as all other content leading up to the January 8th statement, we have it all. Tepiso, take us through what we can find.
Good morning, Chantel, and morning to the viewers at home. Chantel, this morning, our YouTube YouTube channel, the SABC digital news channel, will be streaming live events as they happen of the January 8 statement. And we have videos from yesterday's videos, the Gala dinner videos. We have them on our YouTube channel, as well as videos, Chantel, of this morning live interviews. All the interviews that were played on Morning Live, they are there on our YouTube channel. People can just go to YouTube and search for our YouTube channel, which is SABC Digital News, and watch every interview that was played on this morning show, the Morning Live interview. And as you can see on your screen, live visuals from the venue itself on our YouTube channel. And there's more, Chantel, also on our social media pages, on our Twitter account and Facebook. We have live streams of the events as they happen, and also we have a picture gallery, Chantel, of pictures from the actual event. And also on our website we have every story that has to do with the January 8 statement. People can go to our website, the SABC News website, to watch events as they happen, and to catch up on, if they missed an interview yesterday, they can go to our SABC News website.
Now,
and see.
So take us through some of the main trends that you've seen, specifically being directed around the build-up to the conference and to today's statement.
Well, Chantel, if we look at some of the trends, this morning we posted a question on our social media pages, asking people what do they expect to hear from the ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa, and there was a lot of different reactions. Some saying they want to hear how the ANC is going to fight against corruption in its ranks. Others saying they want to hear about job creations and service delivery. How is the ANC going to show leadership on allegations such as state capture? Others saying they want to see unity in the party. So those are some of many trends that we are seeing on our social media pages.
And of course, what is the hashtag that everybody at home and on Twitter should be following, specifically on SABC News?
It's hashtag ANC 106 and hashtag SABC News. For all our reporters who are in the Eastern Cape will be using the hashtag ANC 106 and hashtag SABC News. And people can go to our Twitter feeds to catch up on everything they missed out from yesterday up until now. As I'm speaking to you, our reporters are tweeting live from the scene. They are posting pictures. They are doing interviews with different role key players. And people at home can go to our Facebook page, our Twitter page, or can go to our YouTube channel to catch up on some of the interviews that they missed out on.
Indeed. Thank you very much for taking us through that. Of course, you can catch that live stream on at sabcnews.com. If you are not at home, if you want to follow what is happening as we take you through the final build-up to that anticipated January 8 statement. Let's cross back to East London now. Live, our reporter on the ground, Unai